One of the other things that I think, it's a very common strategy with managing anxiety, which I think is particularly helpful with the, adolescents, is being able to recognize what may be contributing to the anxiety and kind of name it. Um, I like to say that if you don't know where it's coming from, it's not a fair fight. So, helping them figure out like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. What do I do? Okay, well, what's going on? Well, I was sitting down and I can't figure this out and I don't, it's due tomorrow. Okay, well, what really is going on? Well, okay, it's not fair because they didn't explain this. Okay, well, that's something you can address. Like, yeah, okay, I hear that. That's really not fair. Anybody who is dealing with something that's not fair is going to feel, kind of upset. That's a normal response. You have a right to be upset. They didn't explain it. And I actually don't have to know whether or not that's true, that they didn't explain it. It's a matter of helping the adolescent recognize what they're responding to so as to be able to figure out how to manage that. So what can you do? Well, I can go through the worksheet, and if I don't know, then I just have to kind of turn it in, um, and we can continue to talk about what it's like to deal with unfair, you know. So it's naming it, I think, is really helpful. And as I mentioned about like sending the email, having goal directed actions. Another thing about anxiety that when I think about just, what I've gone through personally, I notice that if you're responding, if you have feelings and thoughts about everything, then the response often doesn't actually address the issue. So, you know, um, if I see that, if I know that I have a deadline, I have something I need to do, that if I get caught in the anxiety response of this is really worrisome, how am I going to get through this? Likely I'm either not doing what I need to do, or my energy is being really diverted into a whole lot of uh, a lot of um, a lot of that energy is going into something that doesn't actually help me make progress. And what that also does, and I think this is especially true for adolescents, is that it can give the message of I'm trying and nothing is getting better, nothing is working, because there is a response, and it can be exhausting and it can be intense, um, and enveloping, but nothing's actually getting better. And I believe it's human nature that a lot of times when something doesn't work, we double down on it. So if if um, thinking about stuff and going around in our head and about what to do when things aren't getting better, a lot of times we just do more of it, because it's almost like if I worried about it and things haven't gotten better, then somehow I think we just go with I'm going to worry more. Um, I think, I guess my explanation would be that um, as our ability to think more flexibly is interrupted, then whatever our mind was doing before kind of continues to gain momentum. So that's the way I would look at it. And even from a neurological standpoint, we know that there are brain circuits that you can reinforce a thought, and it can become, as we would describe it, an automatic thought. And so for adolescents, I think they are particularly prone to that, because they haven't had the practice with trying to take a step back, see, okay, is there another way to solve this? Is there another way to react to this? And so that's you know, I find that it is important to help help adolescents pull back to what actually can make a difference in the situation, and what they may be able to control, because feeling like they have some power makes it is so vital. When you feel like there's nothing I can do about it, it's disempowering, it's discouraging, it's overwhelming.